did we do this again?
We did.
This happened again. We did this last week too. We need to get this down. We got to work on this.
I was busy doing the dance to the music. So like if you're listening to the intro, right? That's what I was doing.
Yeah, totally. Okay, let's try this again.
Hey everyone.
Hey, and welcome to After Hours here at Linda's.
We are super excited that you are joining us tonight to learn how to make the fabric balloon balls. These are so fun to have, especially this summer.
Yes.
Right? So if you have some kids, some grandkids, or some adult kids, this is so fun. We have so much fun with this because you can't really break anything because it's just a balloon.
To an extent.
To an extent, yeah. I guess we won't.
Let's put a disclaimer. To an extent.
I guess if there's, you know,
if you're like hardball dodgeballing somebody right here, maybe, I don't know, something.
No, I know,
maybe
but
a
I
glass
mean,
or something.
we've hit so many things with these balls in the stores just for the heck of it, and it hasn't hurt anything. It's been fun and nice.
Just telling the folks we're goofing off at work.
I
They think
know.
we're professionals. We got to keep this mantra going.
But we got to have fun sometimes too, right? We got to have fun sometimes too. What's awesome about it is that it's just a balloon, so when it's deflated or popped, these things fold up so small, and you can put them in your purse and take them with you anywhere, in a bag, take them with you on a trip, and then just put a balloon back in there and have something for the kids or the adult kidding you, something to do in the meantime.
We love that.
I love that.
That's the best part.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, before we get started, please make sure if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. It's going to be right down at that bottom right-hand corner.
Okay.
If you're watching us on any other platform, we thank you for watching us, but also hop over to our YouTube channel and make sure you are subscribed, because going forward, there are going to be certain videos that will only be posted on our YouTube channel.
Exactly.
And you definitely want to be able to get in on that before anybody else does.
Yeah, and then when we give away stuff, the link has to be in
Everything's
on
in
the
YouTube, yeah.
So definitely get over there, subscribe to the channel. We love watching us on all the platforms, but so you don't miss out on anything, subscribe, and then when we have giveaways, you can just go straight there, really fast and easy. You don't have to go through a long search.
Definitely.
You find the link and you're good to go.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get into it tonight. So
Yes.
like Mom was saying, these are the fabric balloon balls, and we have the templates available on our website, lindas.com, and they come in a 10-inch size and a 6-inch size. And in the set, you get the instructions on how to do it with solid fabric, or like one fabric all the way around. We're going to pattern it tonight like these are, because I'm extra and I like things to be different. But you get the nice instructions here. Also included in the set, you get the one template that makes all of the sides, and then you get the hexagon, which makes the top and the bottom of the balloon.
So you get everything you need to basically make that from start, besides the fabric.
And 2 balloons.
To get started. And they're just regular balloons. You
Yeah.
can just go buy a whole bag of them for like $1 or something, and just have plenty of balloons to use down the road.
For sure.
Yep.
So if you are wanting to do just the one solid color all the way around the piece, you're looking at about 1/3 of a yard on 44-inch wide goods.
Okay.
You're looking at about 1/3 of a yard to do the balloon ball. I've got a bunch of different scraps. I picked up fat quarters all over the All Texas Shop Hop, probably a few more than I should have. And so we're going to do a patterned one tonight. So you're going to see how we do that, which is a lot of fun.
Fun.
So I think we're just going to hop right into it.
Yeah, let's get started.
Cool. So we're going to go overhead, and we are going to start the cutting process for this. So like I said, since we're patterning ours, I have 2 separate fabrics that I want to use for the sides, around the ball. So what I'm going to do is first start out by making sure I have enough fabric to get the job done. So if we look at the balloon ball, which has disappeared because Mom decided to run off.
I'm right here.
Can I have that balloon ball back,
I was playing
please?
with it,
I
sorry.
see that. If we look at the balloon ball, it is 6-sided all the way around, so we need 3 of one pattern and then 3 of another pattern. So here you go, Mom, you can have that back now.
Thanks.
So if I wanted to do 3 of this color, I want to go ahead and kind of fold my fabric to see if my template will fit and cover around the whole piece. Now, pro tip here on this one is if you have a fat quarter and you've got both sizes of the balloon template, which I highly recommend that you have, you can see that on that one fat quarter, this will take both of these. So you could be doing a small one and a large one out of your fabric. So you can
Oh,
have kind of
good
like a
tip.
pair
Yeah,
in that
good
point.
tip.
So I've made sure this is covered. One thing you'll also notice is I have grip dots on mine. Any video that you've seen of ours where we use templates, we swear by grip dots. And all the links for these are in the comments, the description below. So I see that this covers this section. So with it folded in half, that means I'm going to have 1 and 2, but I need 3. So I'm going to grab it right here at the line and fold it one more time over. And that'll give me 3 pieces for this. I'll still make sure it covers it. I'm going to hop over to the iron real quick, get that a nice flat press out on this. Just real quick. So it's just an easier piece to work with. Just like that. That's nice.
Another cool thing about these templates is that you only need the one template and you can make 1,000 balls if you want.
Yeah, you can go over and over and over again as much as you want. All right, so that's that one. I'm going to go ahead and grab my other piece of fabric too. And you're seeing the plain theme here. Is most of you know, and if you don't know, my little brother, who's not so little anymore, Ryan, is a pilot. Is he a pilot? Can we say he's a pilot? Okay,
Yeah,
he is a pilot, and he's going in with a bunch of different training to get all sorts of different certificates, and he loves planes. I mean, that would make him, that's why you'd want to be a pilot, I guess. And I'm going to make this for him, surprise, he doesn't know. And he can play with these at the hangar, I guess.
There you go.
On his off time, because he has
Give
so
all the
much
pilots
of
something
that.
to
Yeah,
do.
he's got so much off time. I never see him.
Or just throw them with the students or something.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I've got both of these done. I'm going to take this template again. I've got my grip dots on it, so I'll do grip dot side down. And I'm just going to cut with my rotary cutter around this template. And I know this might freak somebody out right here doing that cut. I know I'm not supposed to do it that way, but I got to work around this. There we go. So I've got that side, and then I've got this one right around here, so I'm actually going to turn this real quick.
Have to bring up the rotating table.
I know, I couldn't find the rotating cutting mat. I know it's somewhere. But this one worked too.
While he's cutting, thanks everyone for joining us. And Susie says she just got her templates for this last week and can't wait to try them. You're going to have so much fun. You're going to come up with so many different ideas and plans with them.
What's really cool about these, I've seen them used for so many things besides just these fabric balloon balls. I've seen them in weddings with lace around them.
Oh no, okay.
And then of course you use the balloon still to blow it up, and then you've got these beautiful centerpieces and things for the guests to play with.
Oh wow.
Once
That's
the,
a really
once the
good
once the
idea.
reception starts, you know.
That's a really good
Then
idea.
you've got it, and it looks really, really pretty.
A wedding favor. I would have not have thought of that, of that before.
Yeah. Alrighty. So then here are our pieces. Again, we've got 3 and 3 because we're going to pattern ours just like that. Since we've got the template out, we want to go ahead and get some markings on these. Your template has, let me see if I can, there we go, we can see that better. There are little dots on the corner. So you have 4, you've got 2 on this side, and then 2 on this side. And those are your marking dots. That's where it's telling you where you're going to stitch to and from, basically. So you can take your template, line that on up, and I've got a chalk pencil here, and it has to be a really, really fine point. So sometimes you might have a chalk pencil or a pen that might be a little too large. For my chalk pencil, I just kind of grind it across the top there, and it's going to drop that chalk into the hole. And then I can see my marking there and there. So you would mark all of these up. Now granted, this is just kind of the step by step by step. If you're doing a bunch of these, you would get all your cutting done first, and then you would come and do all of the markings and all of that fun jazz as we go. Just like that. Popping through. Okay.
You could have like a marking party, like a guild or a retreat.
A marking
like you guys
party.
are all somebody's cutting, the other ones are all marking, and they all sew, and then they have a game.
That'd be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Let's get that all marked up. And then I can take that and just add in any extra pieces that I need.
We had a customer that came in that made tons of these for a charity. and then donated them to a charity with some balloons, and then they mailed them off, and so it was a toy for one of the charities they were working with.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
There we go. And then last but not least. Pshoo.
You're rocking through it.
I'm trying.
Hey, everyone that's watching.
As we go. So, Mom, just for those that are hopping on later, do you want to give them a recap of what we're doing while I'm finishing my marking?
Yeah, so we actually are focusing on the balloon ball, the fabric balloon ball template right now. Corey's making the 10-inch. It comes in a 10-inch and a 6-inch, and he's just showing you how to cut it out, make the markings, and we're going to put it together so that way you can see the end product. Especially if you haven't seen it before, this is a super fun product.
Perfect.
You can do it in the same color, or you can do multicolor, and Corey chose to do multicolor.
I have chose to do multicolor. All right, so we have the sides done, so let's do the hexagons. So I'm going to give this a nice press with my iron real quick so I can give you the idea. So for your hexagon, which is going to be your top and your bottom, you actually need 3 cuts of your hexagon. You'll see why. You'll see why I mean this. But you're going to go ahead and need 3 of those. So same kind of technique. We're going to fold our fabric. Could line it up to get the most if I want to. I didn't know this fabric was ombre. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. It matches so good, though. It'll be great.
Yeah, it looks
and
really
it looks
good
like
with
little
it.
stars, and it'll go with the plane.
Yeah.
You planned that. You didn't even
Yeah,
know
I didn't even know I did that. Look at me. All right, so I have that folded to where I can get 3 cuts of this. And I'm just going to trim this away. Do, 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 do. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. Rotate this. And line that back up and go. I'm trying to save my fabric, otherwise I would just cut right through this, but I like this fabric so much. And we're not wasteful here. We're not wasteful.
Landa said she got her after hours giveaway from last week, and she's so excited to try.
Ah, yes. One of our
hint to stay tuned towards the end.
Stay tuned towards the end. We did announce the 3 winners did get their private emails, and all 3 have their stuff shipped out already.
Yeah.
For that giveaway. Each giveaway will be different.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of these hexagons, and I'm going to put them pretty side together. So pretty sides facing together. And I am going to take my straight edge ruler that I've got. And what I want to do is from point to point here, I'm going to draw a nice straight chalk line. Well, maybe it was straight. There we go. So a nice chalk line here. And then I'm going to eyeball in between that about 1 inch to 1.5 inches opening where I'm going to stop my stitching on my machine. This is all going to make sense once we get it together. And I just completely eyeballed that. But you're going to make those markings, and then we're going to go ahead and head over to the machine real quick to sew this together, and then we'll come back and piece this all together how we're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to hop over to our machine, and I'm going to put my needle down. Now for this one, because this is the bottom of the ball where the opening where the balloon's going to be, we really want to make sure this is a really tight stitch and a strong stitch. So what I'm going to do on this one is I've got it at about 1.5 on my stitch length. And I'm going to go ahead and begin my sewing. And then I'm going to back up and go. And then I'll back up again and go. You really want this to be a nice tight, let me bring my speed up too, a nice tight stitch until you get to that line that you marked right there. And then I will pull up my needle, and then I'm just going to jump to the next section. I will tie my threads, or cut, can't speak tonight, cut my threads later. And I'll jump to that next line that I made, and then start the stitching process again, back and forth, make that a nice tight stitch. Like that. We'll cut those, and then we're going to come back over top. There we go. And then I can trim away my threads. here and here. And there. And what we did now, doing that, is if we fold these in half, now we've got our opening right there where the balloon is going to go into, or you're going to pull off the deflated one once it's popped off. But that way you have that nice piece, but you also still have your hexagon for the bottom. So we're going to iron that out real quick. Get that nice and flat. You missed the magic.
The magic.
Yeah, where you fold it in half and then you have the piece.
That's cool.
You were looking at the balloon trying to figure out how I did that. I saw you looking. I saw you looking. All right, so I will put that here, just like that. Perfect.
Looks great.
Coolio. Okay, so we're going to begin our patterning for our balloon ball. We have our pieces here, and we're going to start off with these sections, and you're going to go from dot to dot on your stitching around here. You're going to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance on this as you go, and you're going to be doing this at a nice curve in that process as well. So I'm going to put on my 1/4 inch foot because I do have a different foot for this machine that I need.
There it is.
Thank you. Throw that on real fast.
While he's throwing that on, I can show you again in the overhead kind of what we're doing. That way if you ever see these on the shelves or online, it has all the instructions. So everything he's giving you right now, there's written instructions that come with it. He just has really good video instructions as well. I do better with video.
I do better with video too.
But it's kind of good to have those written instructions to go back to as well.
Definitely. One thing to note, if you are doing a fabric that is patterned and it has a direction, you do want to make sure that you're having those directions going the same direction.
Oh, that's
you
a
don't
good
want
point.
them upside down. This is a non-directional fabric. These stamps are all over the place, and these sketches are all over the place.
But
so
like
it's
this one was
good.
a directional, so that
But
gives you a good
yeah,
idea.
so this Mario one was a directional one, so I wanted to make sure they were all going the same direction.
Good point.
Through that.
All these little good pro tips.
Well, I've done a few, and I've made some mistakes, so I know where
Although
to look and
I
what
bet
to do.
when we play with them, we never even know the mistake though.
Probably
'Cause
not.
It's so much fun.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop back over to our machine. And again, I'm starting at that dot. I've got my 1/4 inch foot on, and I'm just making sure my fabrics are staying in alignment. I'll do a back stitch to make sure it's locked down, and then I'm just going to slowly work around this and make sure we're keeping that nice 1/4 inch, kind of letting the machine eat the fabric up as we're going. And we really wanted y'all to see the whole process, so we know it takes a little bit of time when we're doing step by step and explaining. But once you've got this down, you'll be a pro. You're gonna work through this, you're gonna get to that dot, you'll back up, trim your threads, and then you'll grab your next piece. So if you're doing a patterned one, you'll make sure you go to your next pattern. We'll line those up, put them underneath the foot. Make sure we're starting from our dot that we marked. Put our needle down, line up our fabric, and go for it. Again, we've got our stitch length at about 1.5 on this. Because we anticipate this to be kind of thrown around and played with, having that tighter stitch helps. When you get to your dot, you'll back up, and then you'll go to your next piece. So we'll keep on working through this.
You're just rolling, rolling, rolling. You're keeping it going.
I'm trying.
You're doing great.
Thanks, buddy. All right. I don't know about y'all, but keeping a 1/4 inch seam allowance on a curve is kind of interesting. That's good enough. We'll get to your dot, and you'll back up, trim your threads, and then grab your next one in your pattern.
Almost done.
Well, for this part, yes. For this part, yes. Needle down, line it up, and go.
I mean, it's good to show the whole process so they can see kind of how fast it takes. I mean,
It really,
fast.
it goes by quickly. Honestly, if I wasn't doing the talking in this, you could knock these out. But I like to talk, and I like to make sure y'all know every single step. Because I know you're going to be working on this at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and we're going to be closed for the holiday if you have a question. That's just how it is. So you get to refer to this video
There you go.
for easy, helpful tips. All right, last but not least, we're going to start with our dot. Now, the significance of that dot is because we do have to put those pieces on the top and on the bottom. You have that dot so you're not going past that 1/4 inch seam allowance that you need for your hexagons. All right, keep that lined up, and we're going. Once you add on your last piece, then you're going to attach the all sides together. And then you add on the hexagons at the end. We'll add our dot, we'll back up, we'll trim. So now if we come overhead just real quick, we can see that this is how it's kind of lined up here, and at that curve it's starting to make out that round shape. So now that you have all 6 pieces, you're going to put 1 and 6 together and sew those. So we'll head over to the machine.
You guys keep asking your questions. We'll ask Corey at the end.
You can ask me now if you want.
It's okay. We'll let you go.
Okay. She knows I need to focus. That's what she really means, folks. I'm easily distracted. Is what she told me the other day. She was like, as nicely as I can put this, my son gets easily distracted. And I know she wasn't talking about Ryan.
He gets easily stays on focus too much, so got total opposites.
It used to be the other way around.
Yeah, it was.
And now I'm just kind of, I think it's more fun that way. All right, so now that we have those pieces done, that whole section completed, what we're going to do is take one of our pieces. This one will work. This one's great. Did you lose the other one? Where'd you put the
it's
other
on the
one?
ground. I got it.
Oh my gosh, you almost gave me a heart attack.
Oh my.
I'm starting to freak out a little bit.
Were you going to fire the assistant?
No. I like you.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Let me square this up a little bit real quick. I have some seams that aren't lining up in the way I want
I'll
them to.
do that while you do that.
Oh, okay, perfect.
We can teamwork.
All right, so I'm gonna grab my one square, and then I want this pretty side to go in towards the pretty side of the fabric. And what I'm gonna do is line this up with that section there, and I'm gonna sew that from dot to dot as well. And this is it starts to get a tad bulky in this section, so take your time, breathe, just kind of go with it. It'll work out, trust me, at the end. Biggest thing is just kind of keeping from point to point, making sure you've got that where you need it. So I'll begin to sew to your dot, and then you can pull it up and then go to that next section. So you're going to turn that and line that piece up with that piece, and then you do your next stitch. Again, goes together real quick. Don't beat yourself up if you're getting a little bulky under the machine, because it will. It will. You're getting into a tighter spot now, and that's okay. Now, you could technically just lift your foot up and go to the next section. You wouldn't have to cut every single time your threads. You could just kind of lift up and go, but I like to cut so you can see the whole process. Underneath there, line that up. And turn. You're quiet over there, Mom. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just getting everything together for you. Being a great assistant.
Thanks.
Organization over here. Letting you focus.
Here she goes again. There she goes. Y'all hear her. All right, and then we are on the almost last piece, the second to the last one here.
You're doing great. This is so cute. Ryan's gonna love it.
Doesn't he watch us? Surprise!
He's not watching tonight.
Oh, okay. Wow, thanks.
He's training a student how to fly right now. That's more. He's got to stay focused.
He's got to stay focused. He needs to stay focused.
Got it.
Stay
focused.
Okay, he can stay focused on the plane. Alrighty, and then our last piece for the top section, and then we'll do the bottom real quick, and then we can turn it inside out. All right. Okay. All right, so I've got that one section done, and then I'm going to turn it over to the bottom, and then I will grab this portion. Same thing, just line them on up.
Since you are doing that one, we did have a quick question on, can you use a hexie? Could you baste your hexie with an opening to make it easier to insert?
Yes, you could, if you wanted to. I've always just done it this way, and it works really great for me.
Yeah.
But you definitely could. You could also use, if you wanted to, I thought about this on the drive into work today, you could also use a little bit of liquid stitch.
Oh,
We
yeah.
looked at that. You could kind of tack it down a little bit and then just kind of work around it as you go.
Okay.
Completely up to you.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you. I'm just here to give you the information. And once you get really going with these, my gosh, you're going to fly through them.
Yeah, you really will.
It's like it's nothing. If I can get I say that, and then I can't get my fingers working right. There we go. Cha-ching. We'll flip into this one. Now do be careful, since you are working with fabric really close together in the section, that you're not stitching over what you don't need to be stitching over. So don't have the balloon underneath this way, because then you're going to have to end up pulling the seam ripper out, and then there's going to be words, and then you're going to want to take a blowtorch to the sewing machine, and we just don't want that. We're turning almost done.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Oh, yes. We're in
Okay.
Texas. I can say that.
I'm not saying you can't say it. I just thought it was a different type of segue, but all right.
I got to keep it interesting.
Keep it interesting. All right, and then last but not least, our last section.
I think when you get finished with this, we should go play a game over the fabric.
Oh, you want to go do that again?
Yeah.
Where I got injured this morning
Yeah.
during our promo?
You can't get injured and they don't hurt you.
I got injured by the shelf that I
by
ran
the
into. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go back overhead, and we're gonna come over to this section. Any excess threads that you see, you can trim them up, or they will be on the inside of the balloon. So or the inside of the balloon, the inside of the fabric. I guess it could be a balloon, which isn't gonna hurt anything, but you can trim those away. So you have your opening right here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna stick your finger in, and you're gonna go all the way to the other side, and go ahead and grab that section through. And then you can begin the pull process. Instead of having to pull every single one piece, just go from the bottom, and you're not going to break it. You've definitely put plenty of seam into it, so you're just giving it a good pull all the way through.
It's a good tip to take it from the bottom.
It helps.
Yeah.
In these, for the many that I've done. I remember the first one that I did took me about 30 minutes to pull it through, because I was trying to pull out every individual little panel. Just like that. And then once you get close to the bottom, it begins to flip inside out. Just like this.
Yay.
Just like that. Boom.
Voila.
And there it is. So now we get to test our lung capacity. And we'll get to blow it up and we get to go see it. So take this. You get to stuff your balloon in. Leave the tail of the balloon outside so you can blow it up. I'll blow it up real quick.
Lung capacity test.
Testing the lung capacity. All right, so then you can take that. In the instructions, it talks about kind of twirling up the balloon and just sticking it in. We like to tie the balloon because we're probably going to use it a little bit more than that first couple uses.
Yeah.
So you just get to tie it and you just tuck the tail in. And then you've got your balloon ball.
Voila.
Any excess threads you see, trim that away. And there it is. Well, bam!
All right.
It's so cute. And it bounces.
It does. It does. Let me see if there's any other questions really quick. Just somebody asked about the daylight cutting board. It's just basically, it goes on a light box, right?
Yeah, this goes on the daylight wafer box. The cutting mat came with mine, so I just was using it.
Yep.
My daylight is not under here though. My wafer is not under here. It's just the cutting mat.
All right, let's go over and play a game.
Okay, so what do you have set up over there?
I decided we're going to go over the fabric again.
Okay.
Should we do 2 balls or 1?
I guess
We can
we can
make
do
it
2.
interesting.
I guess we can do 2.
Alrighty?
Where are we going?
We're going to go
We're gonna
over
go all the way down here?
like this.
We're talking full body shots? Okay.
You ready? You want to do 2 at a time?
No.
1 at a time?
2, sure.
No, not so hard. See, it doesn't hurt anything. All right, one more time. We'll do it one more time. It's so fun. It just, the stress from the day is gone when you play with a balloon ball. And then it goes everywhere. Oh, thanks everyone for joining us.
Let me go grab my stuff real quick.
Oh, super fun. So you definitely have to get you some of these and make one. And then take it to a retreat. I mean, it's such a, no matter what you do, I don't think you can go wrong at any age with these, right?
No, not at all.
Any age.
And we definitely got a question. Is the purpose of these to increase the longevity of the balloon? It'll help it from getting poked as quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
But it also adds a little bit of weight to the balloon, so it actually becomes a device that you can use. You can actually bounce it at this point with that weight of that fabric. So it's just fun. They're so cool to have. They're great gifts, like Mom said. They're great for guilds. They're great for.
That's a good question, though. I never thought about that.
I didn't think
But
about it. But yeah,
it
that's the
definitely
truth.
adds the weight. Because, if it was just a regular balloon, it wouldn't probably flow as.
You wouldn't be able to bounce it as easy.
Yeah,
Like, you'd still be
that's
able to bounce it, but it's not. You see how it just
But this
bounces
is like
right back?
controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, controlled, so that's a relative term.
Depends on who's bouncing it, right?
That's awesome. Okay, so as always,
Oh, yeah,
I
the
say as
giveaway.
always,
Yeah,
we just
again.
started these back. So we are doing a giveaway this evening.
Yes.
We're going to be giving away. Is it 2? Well, what 2 are we doing? We didn't think this through.
Yeah, we'll do 1, 6, and 1, 10.
Okay.
That's our 2.
Okay. All right. She's changing it up. It's fine. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually what we agreed on. Okay, so we're going to be giving away one of the 6-inch template set.
The full set.
Then one of the 10-inch template set. It will be given away at random, but whichever one gets it. So there'll be 2 winners tonight. In the description of the YouTube video, you have to go to YouTube to see it, but in the description of the YouTube video at the very bottom, there is a giveaway link. You can click on that link and you'll be directed to our website. And on there, you will see the information that we need for the giveaway. And there is a question that you have to answer based on what you learned tonight.
Yes.
So you have to pay close attention to the video because there is a question in there that you have to answer.
You can always go back to the video, too. That's a pro tip.
That's the whole part of it.
Yeah.
Again, the drawing does end on Sunday, July 28th.
Gotcha.
I want to say, I think it was the 28th. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the 28th. Yeah, I had to do my math in my head real quick. So it does end on the 28th, and then we'll be contacting the winners that are randomly drawn at that point.
Yeah.
And then you'll get it shipped out to you. Again, like I said, the 3 people that won last week got their prize.
Yeah,
already.
so definitely join. Go over there, subscribe to the channel while you're there, and fill out a form to win something for free.
Yes.
Anyway, hey, thanks you guys for watching us tonight. We're doing something fun.
We always do something fun.
This is fun, though.
Bye. Quilting is fun.
No, of course, quilting is fun. But this
What's
is
the
just like
difference,
more.
ma'am?
This is fun. When you get to hit yourself in the head without hurting you, it's fun.
I'm calling workman's comp.
I love
I
you.
love you too, Mom. All right, y'all. Thank you again so much for joining us. If you have not, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see Mom, throw more fabric balloon stuff at me. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Ryan's in a plane.
I know.
I'm getting stuff thrown at me. We see who the favorite child is. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's not true.
I'm crying.
The
It's
favorite
fine.
child gets to spend time with me all the time.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
yay.
Just kidding. All right.